You don't have to, like you say, go out and raise loads of money to have a successful business. Be willing to take those risks and take those opportunities when they're there. So
You still have to ask yourself, is this the right horse that I'm riding?
yeah, you do. Yeah. It's so hard to drive yourself to do these things.
There's resilience, and then there's just like crazy.
But actually, there's opportunity everywhere. You've got to take it. Ultimately, who cares? If it doesn't work, cool, go and do something else. You don't have to, like you say, go out and raise loads of money to have a successful business. You don't have to have this like crazy business plan. You don't have to go to like some mad business school. You just have to take opportunities as they come. And I really like to try and impress that on our staff, because the hospitality industry is seen as a bit of a dead end for some people sometimes. And, it's a tough industry to really be successful in, and there's a bit of a ceiling. But, I was just a bartender or a nightclub manager or whatever, and I managed to, just find an opportunity and go for it. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any qualifications. I didn't have anything really. And I just kind of like went for it. And I was like, I think that's quite a cool thing to be able to teach people and reassure them of as well. Because a lot of people might be in the industry and think, oh, I'm kind of a bit stuck. I'm going to have to go and do something else if I want to make a success of myself, or I want to make any real, meaningful money. But actually there's opportunity everywhere. You've got to take it. And I think it's the same with any business,
And I think one of the most powerful things you said was that picking something that you can like wake up thinking about.
Yeah.
And that'll drive you and push you
100%.
is really important. And
super important. Yeah.
And I think for us, like I spent 2.5 years like working on this non-monogamous app. But then when I started seeing what it took to like build the business,
Yeah.
I don't want to go to play parties every weekend. Like there were certain deals I just didn't want to do because I didn't want to put myself in a position where now I got to go to Chicago to attend a bunch of play parties to build relationships. And I saw other people willing to do that.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't. And then I also seeing like, well, how far are they getting doing that? And so that was a tough thing for me to ask myself, like, what is my ikigai, or what am I one of the best in the world at? And why am I avoiding that versus leaning into that instead?
Yeah, definitely.
And so that was a tough thing. The other thing was like the podcast was growing, but the sponsors we were getting were not sponsors I wanted to work with. Like, no, not knocking anybody whose like life dream was to make the perfect vibrator, but it's not what I wanted to get on.
And I think you have to have that passion, and you have to have that love for what you're doing. Because if you don't, you wake up every day and you're like, fuck me, I have to go and like hang around with people that I don't want to hang around with, or talk about things that I'm not really that into. And like, if you're not in it and you're not all in and you're not passionate, it's so hard to drive yourself to do these things, because you have to be willing to go the extra mile. You have to be willing to like do the extra hours, stay up all night, go and get up early, whatever it might be. You have to do it. And if you don't, you probably won't be successful. And if you don't have that like determination and drive and passion for what you do, you're in a tough spot.
You are. And I think we have to, like, young entrepreneurs especially have to learn like there's resilience, and then there's just like crazy.
Yeah.
And you if you're a resilient person, you will be resilient at whatever you apply yourself to.
Yeah, 100%.
You still have to ask yourself, is this the right horse that I'm riding?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Right. And I see this with like young entrepreneurs, they chase the new shiny thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, AI is hot, I'm gonna go jump into AI.
Yeah.
6 months ago, you were in crypto. Before that, you were running a 3D printing business, Like, what do you give a shit about? And go build that thing.
You have to love what you do. And if you don't, it's gonna be a tough road. So yeah. I just think that it's a point that is worth making to people, is that you don't have to have this like really generic setup in order to be successful in business. You can be whoever you want to be, but if you love what you do and you're willing to go all in and you just take opportunities as they come, there's every opportunity to be successful. So I just think that people need to be aware of that more, and need to kind of like be willing to take those risks and take those opportunities when they're there, rather than being scared or being worried that it's not going to work out. Ultimately, who cares? If it doesn't work, cool, go and do something else.